Welcome back. I know it's been a minute, but it was worth the minute, okay? It was worth the time because today we're taking it from 2018 to 2020 to 2025 with the Air Jordan 3 Seoul 2.0 is what they're calling it. So let's go ahead and get into this sneaker. So as most of you know, back in 2018, Jordan Brand was celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Seoul Olympics, and they released this Air Jordan 3 in this colorway, and it just took the world by storm because it was not available in the US. So people were dying to get their hands on it. And I think they said the resale was something crazy, like up to like $2,000. So that's letting you know the state of the need that people have for this shoe. When 2020 rolled around, it released again in women's sizes. And I think that was a very, very limited release because even in 2020, I don't even remember it dropping in 2020. So what does it say about that? So let's fast forward to 2025, and now we have the Air Jordan 3 CO 2.0. So now this shoe is definitely has this aged look, which we have been seeing from the brand lately, but it's basically fast forwarding it into like 7 years later of how this sneaker may look. So let's get into the details that are a little bit different than its 2018 predecessor. So let's start from the bottom and head our way up the top of the shoe. So basically we're going to start with the outsole now that is now gray instead of white that we saw on the original pair. Then what you guys can see mostly is this aged yellow midsole, and of course this was super duper stark white on the original pair. Then let's get into the elephant print. We just love the elephant print on a Jordan 3. This one is a more darker, hairier suede, which basically just shows like age on a shoe. If you wore it for 7 years, this is probably what you would get compared to the original from 2018. You can even see like even in the elephant print cracks, it looks a little dirty, a little darker, a little more yellow, and I think that's super cool what they were going for. When we look at the eye stays here as well, they were originally, I think they were black. Now these are a off-white color to match the midsole. And instead of the blue leather, and then we have this in the back, which, kept it in place. Let's get rid of that. But instead of the blue leather collar that we saw the last time, we have like this canvas cotton material around there with these vertical stitches, which is very interesting. And then we have like this velvet inner part of the collar, which feels very, very luxurious. I like that a lot. The things that did remain the same are the tongues of the shoe. So we still have the South Korean flag, and then we still have the Jumpman logo on each of the shoes. And then when you flip them up at the bottom, you also have, the colors of the South Korean flag. You have blue and you have red. They alternate with the Nike logo at the bottom as well. While most people don't see it unless you flip up the tongue of the shoe, but in the original pair, there were two different sayings in the Korean language. One that stood for Seoul and the other one for Harmony in Progress, which was the motto of the Olympics back then. But now we have two new sayings, and I'll go ahead and put those on the screen because I don't want to butcher the sayings. So one of the sayings means dream in Korean. It presents aspirations, hopes, and pursuit of something greater. And the other one is Jong, and it says a deep emotional connection, a sense of affection and attachment, and the bond between people, places, or even objects. Jong goes beyond friendship or love. It's a lasting warmth that builds over time. So I'm definitely going to insert some pictures so you guys can get a better look of what's happening on the tongue of these shoes. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, about the little sneaker. Let me know in the comments, are you tired of aged soles on your sneakers? Secondly, will you be getting your hands on these? Will you be trying to pick these up, or will you spin the block later because it's other heat out here that you want? So sound off in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.